Hello, America, and to our friends around the world, greetings. This one is going to be a little bit lighter, but also, at least one of these, I'm hoping, will be of benefit. When I first made the switch from the I don't know, most of my life, I've always wanted to get away from landline telephones because of you had only one choice as to who your landline telephone provider was, and cable. They both had monopoly contracts, just like your power company. Eventually, that'll change in time too. We just haven't gotten there yet. I like choice. I suspect you like choice. We don't like to be taken advantage of. We don't like that some arbitrary commission who's disconnected from us 100 or so miles away makes rate changes because. Now, granted, there are reasons that go into it. I've worked in the energy industry. I'm familiar as to the motivations because you have the government officials at the state level mandating certain policies be enacted by those in that field. And then that industry comes back and states, hey, if you, let me use the energy field as an example. Portland General Electric, in one of their most ridiculous, oh, what was his name? There was Proxmire, William Proxmire, Golden Fleece Awards. And PGE's one of their most upside down world Golden Fleece Award moments. Let us use cow patties. Yes, those infamous dried husks of methane out in the field after the cows are done being milked. Yeah, yeah, they spent money because the state of Oregon mandated a specific number of wattage, generation to come from alternative sources such as cow pies. Yeah, I don't like being locked into a contract that says, hey, your utility is obligated by law to. So when you get that higher utility bill, look into it a little deeper. You might find something as innocuous as the telephone company that in the 21st century, you're paying for the 19th century's Spanish American War and whatever the power company's equivalent would be. So let's take a look at what is out there. Because in this ever changing world of things that change dynamically and suddenly versus things that insist upon remaining static, there's certain things that might help your day to day life or just when you're out and about. Everybody's got an ice tray, or at least most people do. And if you don't, it's easy to obtain one at a thrift store or brand new off the shelf, for making ice cubes. Now, most people are aware that in addition to making ice cubes, you can use the ice tray to make popsicles. But are you aware that you can take leftover soup stock and pour it into the tray and freeze it so that when you're making soup, all you have to do is pop one or two out to get the concentrated stock and have it diffuse into your slow boiled soup. Another one is using the ice tray to make batteries. When I did that experiment, I was able to make 3 or 4 volts, using the iron and copper alternating, hook over the wall with salted lemon water. But that I don't want to get too far along. The point is, you can use a freezer tray to supply yourself with things for future use, such as soup stock. Also, now I use a 3D printer and sell these as a thumb device to hold your page open. But when you're done, need a bookmark? Use a paper clip. Do you have vinyl floors or hardwood floors? I'm not sure how I feel about this one, though my table, I did this years ago before I read this one, and that is using Velcro strips. And I used it on my table to hold the table piece. It was a coffee table, and my child had active quadrupeds, little fuzz buckets that run at lightning speed, and enjoyed hopping up on the tablecloth and sliding it across from one end to the other. And so I put Velcro on it to hold it in place. It worked. And this suggests doing the same thing with your throw rugs on the floor. So if you have hardwood floor or vinyl, uh, I can't imagine it being too much of an issue with carpeted floor if you want to double the layer. But should you, again, my only reservation is the glue residue that would be left over should you pull the Velcro strips up. Because if you do it with the heavy industrial strength, the Velcro strips that you use for holding something such as a fire extinguisher, they've got the stronger glue on there. I'm not big on avocados. Guaca chips, on the other hand, they're very good, but that's because they're insanely, heavy with the salt. But should you be into avocados and guacamole, apparently a few drops of lemon juice will keep them green a little longer. This one, I personally use a can of compressed air to spray out the keyboard keys and the electronics, but the life hack suggestion is using your post-it notes, taking the post-it note, the sticky portion, and sliding it between the keys to remove the dust and whatever else, skin debris, crumbs, dead hair, dead skin, whatever. Too much salt in your soup? I tried this. I made a homemade chili long, long ago and accidentally oversalted it. I tried to recover it by putting potato wedges, quarters in there. So this one says add cubed potatoes to it. They'll absorb the salt. I tried it, but I had really, really oversalted it too much. But for somebody that just accidentally puts in 2 instead of 1, teaspoon, you might have better luck. And apparently, ketchup can be used to clean copper items. Need to charge your phone? Put it in airplane mode for a more rapid battery boost. I don't know if that's still true or not, but if you're in need, give it a shot. All right. As I said, I wanted to keep this one light, and hopefully these are useful to you.